Welcome to part 2. If you missed it, the first part was all about getting this Spyderco Para 3 S45 VM blade sharp using diamond stones and ceramic stones. I started out with the diamond stones, obviously, a 140 grit, and then I progressed all the way to a 2000 grit on what you see on the screen. And here were the results. All right, guys, we are back at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and I will be continuing. We switched the plans up here. We're going from a 600 grit to a 2000 grit because I feel like the edge on this 600 grit is just what I want to refine, and I'm going to start on this 2000 grit and then decide if I want to go to the 5000 grit or not. I might do a few passes on the 5000 grit, but it is not a priority. A priority is to get this stone, this edge, very sharp. That is my priority. So, without further ado, I'll go ahead and put some water on the stone again. A little splash and go, just like last time. Spread it out. It doesn't make a huge mess. You just want a little bit of water up there anyway. You can already see some of that steel coming off from the 600 grit. And that's what we want, because we are taking stone off of here. Very light strokes, maintaining that same angle, lifting the elbow at the end. And that's really all there is to this, guys. Takes a little practice, but I think anybody can do it, especially if I can do it. Now, I haven't gotten to where I've been sharpening those big chef knives yet, but this stone would be just fine for pretty much any size blade, unless you had a sword. But most of the time, any kind of kitchen knife, no matter the size, can be sharpened on these ceramic stones. Usually they use a 1440 carbon steel of sorts on those kitchen knives, and that's a fairly softer metal. But that's why you want to kind of use the same tools. I love this thing already. Absolutely do. Yep. Just feeling for that burr, see what we got here. That's the thing with a 2000 grit stone. You're really just not going to produce as much of a burr. It's very microscopic. So we're going to take a look on the jeweler's loop just real quick. Hard to see without a really good digital microscope that can 10K-X the view. I'll add a few more drops of water. You do want to allow the old metal, what they call slurry, to kind of drip off there. That way you're leaving your surface nice and clean. You say, how do you find your angle on a whetstone when you can't see a shadow when you lay it down? I find that this comes with practice and knowing your blades, especially after sharpening several times on the same knife. You kind of get a feel for it. So if you need to watch old videos of you sharpening knives or even take notes on that, about the placement and the edge, some people will mark their fingers. I've done that plenty of times, but now I feel comfortable enough to not do that. And I have videos where I show exactly how to do that. Some of my earlier first videos. Just making nice, strong passes. So I'm just finishing up the very last strokes on this side, then I'm going to go ahead and finish the other side as well. Then we'll move on to some forward passes, and we might go ahead and strop this baby up with a 6 micron strop and a 1 micron strop if I feel like it needs it. Don't be afraid to put more water on. Alright guys, moment of truth. It's time to go ahead and give this thing a good stropping. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and show you how to do that. I'm going to go ahead and get to the side of the camera, and we're going to show you exactly what we're doing here. Alright, you're going to hold the strop, the side that you want to work on to start with, straight up and away from you. And then you want to take the knife and go the exact same way that your backwards passes were on the stone. Okay, so for me, I started here, and you do want to make sure that this thing is fairly dry. Mine is. There was a few drops on there, but either way, you can do as many as you want, but honestly, it doesn't take that many to do the job because of the abrasive that's already in the strop. So there is 6 micron of diamond emulsion already sprayed and mixed into the side of the strop. So it really doesn't take very many passes. So I'm working both sides, and it's also polishing up that bevel as well, just like the 2000 grit did. Alright, once you feel satisfied that you've gotten your whole edge, you can start doing forward passes only, back and forth until maybe 4 or 5 passes each. At the exact same angle or near about that you sharpened at. Alright, I feel pretty happy with that. So we're going to go ahead and see exactly how sharp this blade is, guys. That is the bevel after we're done. We'll give you better pictures at the end. Did save a piece of paper. This was a court payment at one point receipt. Don't need it anymore. Oh wow. Very, very sharp. This paper is very old, but I think the general consensus is there. That's a very sharp knife at this point, ladies and gentlemen. And that's how you use ceramic stones and diamond stones together. Let me know if you have any questions, and don't forget to subscribe. I do appreciate you guys. Happy July 4th. High Crucible Steels, it's Tyler. Peace.